God damn it, Kason.
All right, guys. But today, for the Spank It and Wank It number 5 or something like that, we are going to be talking about genders.
And you guys are probably not going to like what we're coming up with. But, yeah.
We don't care. That's
yeah,
what he's getting at.
Here's the thing. This is our opinion, and this is what we think or how we consider things, and I have a feeling it's going to piss off the majority of people, but, since it seems like genders are being a pretty big topic in the news, that's what we're going to talk about this week. How would you like to start this, Kason?
How should we start this?
How many genders are there? You go.
Okay, see, now, this can go into 2 categories in my book. There is the physical amount of genders, which there are 2, male and female. And if you say that's a lie, you're bullshit, because there's male and female inside of you. You can only do one thing.
Hermaphrodite. Explain it.
Hermaphrodite? Explain it. They still only have one inside of them, though.
That is true. A lot of people who think hermaphrodite, they have a dick and a vagina. That's not how it works. They might have a dick or they might have a vagina. They might have both. But the thing is, their internal organs will only either allow them to produce semen or produce an egg. It will not allow them to impregnate themselves. And actually, most of the time, hermaphrodites are sterile. So I thought I'd throw that little bit of knowledge in there in case someone tries to question it.
Yeah. So right there, Dylan was pretty much saying, "Fuck you."
For the most part. If you want to argue that, go ahead, but I know my shit.
And then I think the second point comes down to a mental standpoint, where mentally is basically where you can be whatever gender you want to be. Like,
I identify as an attack helicopter. Fuck you.
I can see a redneck saying that. Or a goddamn tree. And they just sit in soil all the time, like that guy off American Dad. So, Dylan, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, honestly, in my opinion, there is only 2 genders, just because for me, gender is a physical standpoint of what you are. It is your genitals, and yes, that sounds a little weird, but I mean, the definition of gender is the state of being male or female, typically used with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones. Now here's the thing. Typically used with references to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones. Biologically, you're either a male or female. That's how it works. You're not both. You're not bi gender. That's not how that works. You're not gender fluid. That's not how that works. You're one or the other biologically. You can't change that. You can try, but I mean, you're gonna literally, if you want to completely switch genders to the fullest extent, you're gonna have to once a month go have eggs implanted inside you for that to work. So I mean, biologically you can only be one unless you go through some ungodly intensive surgeries.
I was gonna say you can either do that, or you could just go to the Buddha way of life, and they believe in reincarnation or whatever.
And just kill yourself?
Just kill yourself until you end up a woman.
Ew. Reincarnation. Okay. But you know what? I did bring up gender fluid, Kason, and how do you feel about gender fluid bathrooms?
Gender fluid bathrooms. See?
Like Target.
Gender fluid people just playing Cards Against Humanities in the Target bathroom.
No. Target allows gender fluidism. That's a thing.
You see, that doesn't bug me too much. It's basically like just having a family bathroom, which, I mean, we've kind of had around in Montana since, forever, at least
but
what I've noticed.
Here's the thing, is they would all be considered, family bathrooms. having assigned male or female on the door at this point legitimately wouldn't mean anything.
See, then that would just cause problems, though. I guess I misunderstood your question, but like that would cause so many problems, especially.
Let me clarify it up a little bit. A gender fluid bathroom means whatever state you're feeling at the moment. Meaning, like, say you're someone who's gender fluid who switches between male and female depending on how they feel at the moment. If you could technically identify as a female at one period of time, use the female bathroom, and then like the next time you go identify as a male and use the male bathroom. So actually, it's pretty much up to the choice of what you're feeling at the time.
Yeah, I got that after like I said that I misunderstood your question, but like that is basically saying like, all right, so I'll give an example where I'm saying this would cause so many problems. There's a little girl. She is very self-conscious about her body, right? There is a man who is a registered sex offender, pedophile thing all his life. Now he can just say, I want to be a girl, go use the girl's bathroom and spy on that little girl.
See, and that's kind of how I feel about it. And, I mean, there is, the whole, like, trans thing. Well, what if they're a female to male trans and they look the part of a dude? The only thing is, they don't have a dick down there, or, they're only trans. So, I mean, they have the full appearance of a male, but technically they're trans, so they're supposed to use the female bathroom. And
see, that there's I think that they should just get their own bathroom. I don't care.
Okay, here's kind of how I see it. Overall, like, if, say, you are a female to male trans or a male to female trans, if you look the part, like, fully, like, it'd be very hard to distinguish you between a male and female. Like, even if it's, like, within question, use the bathroom you're comfortable with. Like, if you look like a male and you're a female and you identify as a male, use the male bathroom. It comes down to the point, though, where it's just, like, a gender fluid person. Like, say, I don't want to freaking wait in line because every stall but one's open in the male. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling like I have a pussy right now. I'm going to go be a female and hop in the girl's bathroom. I don't think that's okay. I think if you look the part, I don't really care, I guess. It's just when you start giving unrestricted rules to, oh, I feel like a girl right now, I'm going to go use the female bathroom. Yeah, that's where shit's getting a little over the top for me.
That's basically how America works, though, is like, once it's allowed to someone, it's basically allowed to everyone. Especially in like a situation like that, where it just get abused. It wouldn't be right.
Everyone needs their safe space, man. And that is destroying America at its finest.
Yep, and that's why I think they should just get their own separate bathroom. If you don't want to use either one, all right, go use your own.
Pretty much. And like, for a gender fluid situation, I think a third bathroom's reasonable. So if someone, is gender fluid, they can use a gender fluid bathroom. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, then you're just discriminating against them because, oh, they have to use their own bathroom. It's like the blacks having to use their own water fountain. No, it's really not the same if you look at it from that perspective, because if someone can make up the mind of being a male and if someone can make up the mind of being female and they get their own bathrooms, are we discriminating against them? No, it's just the people that can't make up their mind. It's basically saying that's like a third gender, which at that point, I've said genders, there's only two of them, but I mean, if you can't make up your mind, maybe you are some weird abnormality that needs to be excluded from the group, I guess. Kind of a dick move to say, but I mean, if you can't figure out if you're a boy or girl, maybe a third option would make everyone feel more comfortable.
See, and there's the thing, like, comfortability for, like, the people that don't have a problem using the one that they were assigned to at birth or whatever. But, like, then there's the, I can't think of something else. Oh, everyone, right here is where I expect they're going to shit on us. So just think, what if you're going to the bathroom, some dude just walked in and raped you right now. Bam, right there. That's where we're leaving that.
Basically what he's saying in a little bit less harsh terms is a third like, now all of a sudden you have a gender fluid bathroom. So a male goes into a female bathroom, and all of a sudden now all the females that use that bathroom now have to be a little bit more on edge, making them more insecure about what's going on. And basically, if a dude can just walk into a bathroom and, well, he's there, you can't do anything, he's allowed in there, and then something happens like what he said,
where someone gets raped.
Someone, yeah, gets raped. Then what happens? Do we keep the gender fluid bathrooms? Do we not?
That would basically be an end to the whole thing, I think, honestly. But
yeah.
All right. Now, see, this is where I think we can end it. Right here on this question. Do you think that Caitlyn Jenner is a strong, beautiful woman?
Well, she won Woman of the Year, so I mean that automatically makes men better than women in general. But okay, just personally, no, I don't. I mean, maybe strong and independent. I mean, she was a Olympian decathlete, so
yeah,
there's that.
Gold Olympian athlete, I believe.
Yeah, he, she, it.
Caitlyn. Let's just refer to it as Caitlyn.
But, I can say she. I mean, she looks the part. If she used the girls' bathroom, I wouldn't hesitate. Okay, fair enough.
That's a good point.
That's an example.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave this one more thing. Actually, Kaysen, we're going to debate it this a little longer, but how do you feel the mental state of someone that is gender fluid or non-binary?
Gender fluid?
Which means they switch between one or the other, or they identify as something else other than male or female.
Yeah, okay. I guess it would honestly depend on the situation, like we said earlier, hermaphrodite or whatever. I guess technically that one goes hand in hand, especially if you're born like that.
Yeah.
That one kind of goes hand in hand, where you could honestly choose either other, but I feel like at that point you should kind of choose the one and do that instead of flipping back and forth. But with more people that are just they want to choose their gender, I think they, it's kind of bad to say, might be a little bit on the retarded side.
We'll use mentally handicapped, but
well,
I mean, for some reason, people started thinking the word was retarded. Retarded was a bad thing, and this, we'll use this as another topic because I want to talk about this in detail with the word retarded and snowflakes and shit.
It's like the word gay. It's not allowed to be said anymore.
Or the N-word.
Yeah, that one's reasonable.
But then you got to bring up. Okay, never mind. We'll get into that. Okay, my standpoint on that though is, if you're gender fluid or non-binary in the sense that you're choosing that on your own free will, I can think of one of two things. You're either incredibly deprived of attention, or there is something mildly mentally wrong with you, and that's not necessarily always a bad thing in the case, of Asperger's, where, yeah, you might be slightly socially awkward. That's technically a mental handicap, and on top of that, most Asperger kids I know, I'm friends with a couple, they're fucking super geniuses. But the thing is, there's another thing where there's people born and they think a specific limb or, say their finger, arm, leg isn't, theirs. That's not the one they were born with. It's something weird has happened that's not right. They don't feel comfortable with that limb on their body.
Yeah. Now,
I'm not entirely sure what that's called, but I'm sure I'll drop it in the description so everyone knows. But that is, people consider that a mental handicap, because a lot of these people go and they'll cut off their arm, cut off their leg, in a response to being free of that limb because they don't feel that belongs on their body. And I feel that's kind of the same way with genders. If they don't feel the need to be a male or female, it's sort of the same thing, and almost to a greater extent, because at that point they're forfeiting the right to reproduce.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to take that into perspective, that these people are human race isn't that important with their genes. In other words, they don't see themselves fit to reproduce at that point. They forfeit that.
To keep
And
their genes throughout the pool of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a little dramatic to say that they don't see that. Some probably do, but I mean, they are forfeiting their right to reproduce. With,
yeah, it's basically what they're doing.
That situation.
Without realizing it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Also with, I mean, that technically wouldn't be such a bad idea since the world's overpopulated by like 1 billion people.
Mass suicides everywhere, yeah.
Let's just kill half of China and that get rid of our problem.
Hey, Bangladesh at one period of time had the fastest growing population, and they were paying people to get sterilized. So, I mean...
Oh, they were trying to figure it out. All right. Good job.
Bangladesh? I mean, it was extreme, but it worked.
Good job. That's what I would do. Just pay people. Here, I'll give you $5. You go get your tubes tied.
But yeah, sorry guys about kind of the heavy topic and our pretty one-sided belief on the situation. But I mean, this is our opinion, and it's just something that, it's so big in the news, we thought we could discuss and maybe shed some light on this situation, even if it's not how most people would like to perceive it.
And here you dare boys up there in Montana just be redneck assholes and don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, fuck you. Just kidding. Sorry. But if you want to be like a goddamn penguin, be a penguin. I don't really care. Like, personal opinion, I don't care what you are. My, thoughts on it, you're totally different. But, you walked up to me and said you're a penguin, cool. I don't care. I'm not going to go any deeper into that.
Well, honestly, the thing is, if we see someone that's gender fluid in person, non-binary in person, transgender, we in any way will not put them down. We'll just be like, dude, that's your choice. You do you. So
yeah, it's just our thoughts on the situation sound that we are complete assholes, but I don't think we are.
We have a friend that's gay, and you know what? I'm not really okay with gayness in general. Again, the whole forfeiting your thing to whatever, but I mean, I'm still friends with him. It's not like I'm gonna go and just freaking start spitting hate speech at him because he liked the dick in the ass.
Yeah, honestly, that's a thing that doesn't bug me is gay people, and I think it's because so many people just shit on them, so I kind of feel bad.
I mean, it's kind of the same situation here though, Kaysen, but I mean,
but here there's so much so much logic to the point that makes it not a valid point on the other end at the same point.
You're being a little hypocritical.
I don't
being
care.
A little hypocritical,
it's
but
different.
I mean, these are our beliefs, our opinions. Don't dig into this is our personality.
I guarantee someone will. But all right,
everyone that disagrees with us they'll attack us wholeheartedly, and they won't make it to the 18-minute point in this video anyway, so
yeah, they'll make it to about 30 seconds and respond that you guys are a bunch of douchebags and need to kill yourselves, and that'll probably be how that ends. And we'll probably post that comment just for shits and gigs and then troll them with a little bit of comments on there.
We'll highlight it so everyone can see it, and then we can start the shit talking war.
Yeah, bring it. Fuck with us. Do it.
We'll fuck with you right back. Okay, but I think we should end this. We're hitting 19 minutes real quick, so...
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, fuck you!